All right, this is a video on how to use your layer blending modes, and also combining an adjustment in brightness. So this is going to be an advanced version of blending mode. So I wanted to show you first some of the basics. We have this portrait here, and we got black, white, and gray. And I want you to see what happens when you go to darken, and you have just a gray background, how it blends. And so you're going to see the difference if when you use a white, because it's darkened, it's not really doing anything. It's allowing the tones from whatever's in the background to darken the image that's on top. So obviously this is a black background. Since the black background is as dark or not darker than everything in that photo, it got rid of it completely. All right, so let's try lighten. So all of these are lightened, correct? And so they all lighten a little bit. So let's do the gray. So you can see the values, it compares the values, and whatever is as light as the gray, it gets blended in. Whatever is lighter, it keeps. Whatever is darker, it keeps. Obviously the white is lighter than everything else, so it disappears. And the black is not light, so it doesn't do anything. And you can also try screen. Same thing. It's taking care of some of that gray is coming through. The white is completely coming through, nothing with the black. And so overlay, see it's not doing anything with the gray. With the white, too bright. With the black, too dark. You could try soft light, and this is a really good way to find out what it's actually doing. All right, so you do need, and you could try difference. Now here we see something else happening. It's combining the values of the gray. And so whatever is opposite, it's combining. That's why it's called difference. And so we're going to play with these, and we're going to hide these for now. We're going to bring down this city, and we're going to play. Now this is difference right there. We're going to go to normal now. So when you combine these, it's just going to combine her skin tone and what it has and combine it with the city below. So you might like some of these effects. But if you want to add another element to it, like change it, well, you could change her. And the way you could change her is go to image adjustments and play with any of these options. So let's say we change her contrast, meaning we make her shadows darker. And yet we make the brights brighter. It's going to make her look different when you start using these. Why? Because the shadows are down here, you can see, because it's darker, her eyes come out more on this side. And if you lighten, those shadows, that part of her face completely disappears. Her hair disappears completely. Why? Because I made it so dark that value is no longer accepted, and the lights of the city and the light values of the city popping out more. Same thing for overlay. Overlay, just she stands out more. You see the contrast more, you see the hair more. So it all depends on what you're doing and how you want this to look. Now you could also play around with the colors. So let's put it back to normal. And you could go to adjustments. Let's go to hue and saturation. And you could change the color of her face. And you might say, well, it looks weird, her being blue. But the thing is, when you're combining it, now, the other thing about hue and saturation, you could pick the value you want to change. So that's normal right there. Let's bring it back to that purple and that blue. And then let's blend it and let's see what happens. See that blue, a lot of it disappears, some of it is appearing. Now blue there. So this, you see how it just starts to give it a whole different feeling. So it's up to you how you do this. There's so many possibilities. It's pretty much endless. And so I like the blue with the purple, and then the purple and the yellow in the background. And so there's some interesting combinations there. So this is just a quick video to show you that you can combine your layer blend modes with your image adjustment menu. And there's so many options here. I mean, you could posterize, right? There's so many. If you want to make it look more striking, almost look like a silk screen. There's just so many options in here. Too many to go one at a time, but if you play around with it, you'll figure it out. So give this a chance. Take some time to play around with it, and that'll let you do some things to your background.